I got arrested at the end of April, and I spent 5 days in Payne County Jail.
They had the wrong guy. They had the wrong Shawn Dunbar. This Shawn Dunbar was a disabled Iraqi war veteran. The Shawn Dunbar in question was in Kansas in May of 2009, allegedly beating a man to the point of plastic surgery. The Oklahoman's Michael Baker reports they had the wrong guy, and even the victim knew it. Jason Gromlovitz knew right away that deputies had arrested the wrong Shawn Dunbar. Gromlovitz saw the 25-year-old Iraqi war veteran sitting outside a Kansas courtroom and immediately felt bad.
Me, my family, and my girlfriend were sitting outside the courtroom waiting on court to start, and the prosecution came up to me and asked me if I was the victim. I told him no, I'd never seen this guy in my life, don't know who he is. So he goes into the courtroom, comes out a few minutes later with the victim, and he said, "Is this the guy that assaulted you?" And the victim said, "No, I've never seen this guy in my life." And then whenever he said that, you could tell like the prosecutor was just like, "Are you kidding me?" He had no idea what was going on because, like I said, it's big miscommunication. They weren't doing their job, so all it did was one person didn't do their job, and it was this big snowball effect that made everybody look bad.
Exonerated. Yes, Shawn Dunbar has been exonerated, but he's still paying the price. You see, this Shawn Dunbar did not commit the crime, but he's paying with the memories of being arrested at his Stillwater home and hauled to Payne County Jail before being extradited to Geary County, Kansas.
I was incarcerated here in Payne County for 5 days, and they put my picture all throughout the Oklahoma jailbirds, which is everybody that's arrested in Oklahoma, and just completely ruined my name and my livelihood. Like, between me and my family, it's put a weight on all of us that I don't know that can be cured, because this is something that's never going to go away.
Mistaken identity harmed relationships with family and friends, and it interrupted his veterans' benefits.
The VA informed me that I had a felony warrant out for my arrest in April of 2010. And whenever they told me that, they told me my benefits were going to be interrupted, and I'm going to have to back pay them the whole time that they've been paying me, which was, I believe it was just over $15,000. In September of this year, I gave the VA the proper documentation that they needed, saying because they needed more than just saying the charges were dropped. They needed a statement from the court that the warrant was issued for the wrong Shawn Dunbar as a mistaken identity. And they got that, and the VA called me, told them they received it after much struggle trying to get that document from Kansas, and they told me everything's good to go now. I mean, I'm proud of what I did in the military. I wouldn't give anything to take that back. I met a lot of good people, done a lot of good things, and it was a dangerous job. I can't take back what this has caused for me, but in the future, because who's to say this can't happen to me again? Because it happened out of the blue for no reason. It could happen to me, it could happen to anybody, any veteran. And whenever I talked to the VA, they said this is not the first time something like this has happened. Well, if it's not the first time something like this has happened, it's obviously not a unique situation. So why can't we do something or make changes within their laws and regulations that can alleviate all these problems?
The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs responded to the Oklahoman's questions about the case and its after effects, stating VA was notified that there was an outstanding felony warrant for Mr. Dunbar. The law prohibits payment of benefits to veterans and other beneficiaries for any period during which the beneficiary is a fugitive felon. VA is required to follow the law. The statement went on to say VA can certainly understand the hardship that has been placed on Mr. Dunbar. That is why the VA allows veterans to request a waiver of the debt and/or establish a repayment schedule that can work best for Mr. Dunbar.